We're rolling. Rolling. All right, man, get set up. Let's do this. What are we talking?
Friendship. Or connected fathers. Welcome back to another episode on Oak and Rock Fatherhood. As always, I'm your host, Zach Small, and today I am live with the one and only Anthony Migliorino, co-founder of Oak and Rock Fatherhood. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
So we had this nice warm day yesterday. We're rocking, we're recording content, and all of a sudden we're like, you know what we should do in the morning? We should get together, get out there, grab a cigar, some coffee, and talk about masculinity, fatherhood, connecting with your family, all those things that it is to be a man. And the temperature decided not to cooperate. So we've got the wind, we've got the temperature. It's a little brisk, but we're going to roll.
We're making it happen.
So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about, I think, fatherhood. Is that usually what we talk about?
Can't go wrong with fatherhood.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about connecting. Fathers connecting to one another. How do they do it? So we're sitting here, we're having this conversation in person. How did we reach the point where we are live, and how do you reach that point with other fathers to where you will hang out and do something besides meeting where your kids are?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been having these conversations for the last couple of days, right? Talking about how things happen, how we've come together, and I think a lot of fathers they're somewhat closed. Like a lot of guys, they don't want to open up. They want to talk about what's going on. And I think that's the biggest roadblock, right? We see this all the time where you have to say what's on your mind. You have to be open. And otherwise, how is anybody going to get to know you, right? How are you going to be able to connect with another man if you really can't show them who you are? If you can't say, hey, this is what I'm about, this is what I believe, or the opposite of that, right? This is what I struggle with. This is what I need help with.
So how do you go about doing that, though? We're all busy, and I would say most men, it's fair to say, they wake up, they go to work, they come home from work, they spend time with their family, they go to bed. So how do we inject connecting with friends inside of that? Or making friends? Let's go even broader, to the point where a lot of men, when they get married and have kids, they isolate. They pull themselves away from other men, so they no longer have those friendships. And so for a man who has friends or a man who doesn't have any friends looking to make friends, where do you start that process?
Well, I think, for one, we just show them how fucking cool it is.
Exactly what we're doing right now. It's way better to be freezing your ass off on the porch with somebody than it is, be sitting across on a Zoom.
Absolutely, man. You go make a trip, right? You go drive somewhere to see your buddy and say, hey, let's talk about life. Let's meet the family. Let's have dinners together. Let's have breakfast. Let's connect, right? You actually do real life things. I think that's a start.
Would you say that being selfish with your time, men have an issue with that? With you saying, hey, sorry, family, I know we all have things, but I'm going to leave and do something for me. I'm going to go see Zach for a little while.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I wouldn't say selfish. There's a lot of guys who don't think they're not important enough.
Yeah.
Right? They don't say, I'm going to take time for myself. I'm going to go do things. And the kicker, this is the beauty of it, is you go do these things. It is for yourself as a man, but it betters your whole family. It betters your home. It betters your relationship with your wife. Because when you sit down with other men who are high caliber, men of excellence, you gain insight into becoming better, right? It's not like we sit down and we go watch football.
No.
Bro, we've been talking about fatherhood, about business, nonstop since I got here.
I was trying to think if the TV went on, and last night it went on right after our call on FOE with the fathers, where we wrapped it up and came inside the house, and I think Ghost Hunters, and even then you were talking to Jackie, and it was kind of background music.
Yep.
The relationships there is what the focus is, not distraction, entertainment. But I think there is an element to that that's absolutely crucial for people to understand, and that's the fact that you've got to be willing to put yourself out there and say, hey man, I would like to go and do. You can't wait for someone to invite you. Hey, do you want to link up? Do you want to go do something? Do you want to go somewhere? And that could be a men's retreat. We're going to go camping, or it could be, hey man, come to my house, grab some dinner. I'm trying to think of examples in my life. So some live examples, obviously this. We're going to be meeting up with men inside FOE. We're going to be having a group-wide meetup. So there's going to be, 8 of us together, or whatever it is right now. And then, man, that breeze is fantastic. It's crisp. But, sitting out here and having the talk, the coaches that I coach with, so the guys with the youth sports, I bring them all together, like, hey, let's meet up and grab dinner. We're going to grab dinner one of these nights. We're going to talk about baseball. We're going to talk about whatever. But more importantly, we're going to get together as men away from the kids. And that's going to strengthen our bond, which we can then bring in front of the kids. And now they've got better coaches. When you put that value into yourself, you're able to give that value away. And I think that's the missing piece to this. If you want to be a man who can bring value to your family, you have to be willing to instill value in yourself, which means doing something without your family.
Yeah.
You're not going to go home and be an asshole. And be like, oh, that trip was miserable. The ride up, the ride back. Like, hey, I talked to Zach. We did this thing. You're going to come back charged up.
Yeah.
And that's what I bring back to my family. So when I leave them, when I come back, they see there's a reason you left. Now dad's motivated. He's fired up. You're firing back on all cylinders. And you're sustained.
Yeah.
That'll get you to the end of the year without saying, oh, my life sucks. I don't know the point of it. I have no friends. I have no purpose. I'm alone. And then what's the point of it all? Connected men don't ask themselves that. They know the point. They know why they're doing what they do.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen if you stay stagnant, if you don't reach out, if you don't do anything. It's like my story I tell all the time. I told my wife, I said, hey, there's an event going on. She was like, go meet other good men. I want this for you. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I want it for me too. I deserve it. And
now we're hanging out in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast.
3 years later, man, things happen. They do happen fast. And I think a lot of men have to somewhat get over themselves, right? Push past the fear a little bit and truly believe that they're good enough, right? Like, why wouldn't somebody want to hear what you have to say? You have to get past that fear, because those are the things that stick with your family, right? Your kids start to live that. Your kids start to think, why does anybody want to hear what I have to say?
Nope.
Because that's what you're showing them.
Mm-hmm.
So me coming here and doing what I do and being supportive of the fathers, having hard conversations, my kids are like, yeah, that's how I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be closed off and isolated. I want to go help myself. I want to go help people. So
when you think about that, the life example you're setting, they're also looking at, what am I supposed to do when I'm your age? Your son's going to be like, oh, I guess when I'm your age, I'm supposed to have no friends. I'm supposed to be out of shape. I'm supposed to be watching this, drinking beer, and complaining about my life.
Yeah.
Waking up to a job I hate.
what most people do.
What example are you setting for them? But they say, you, oh no, my dad's still learning. I've got to continue to learn. My dad's still reading, working out, connecting, doing uncomfortable things.
Starting businesses.
You gave a speech this year.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it was last year. So you gave a speech last year. On stage, delivering the message of peaceful fathers. For your wife to see that, I was sitting behind her, I was getting photos, and you could just see it in her, like, oh, this is what he does at home, but look at him share it with the world.
Yeah.
And then she saw a piece of that fire that's inside of you, and like, this is why he does it. But that never happens if you don't ever put yourself out there.
Yeah. And even better, we do this because we build each other up when we're together.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking, hey, man, look at all the good things you did. And it's not, some egotistical thing. It's like real life action we're taking. We're really doing things. And it's nothing extravagant, right? We have a family. We're taking care of our family. We have a beautiful home. We have dinners together. It's real life.
Yep.
We're not saying that we're, buying yachts and sailing in the Mediterranean. We're doing Family Guy stuff. And it's cool. It should be celebrated more.
No, I dig it. And honestly, if you're a man who's looking to grow your network, obviously there's groups like the Fraternity of Excellence. If you're looking to grow as a father, absolutely reach out. Oak and Rock Fatherhood. We're looking to build these things and connect men. So if you're trying to find a way to connect with like-minded men, reach out. Hey, I like what you guys are doing. We can help you build that in your home. But again, that's up to you to take the work and do, put the reps in to make it happen. And the first step you might have to take is reaching out to one of us and saying, hey, how did you do it? Or, hey, I would like, but I'm a little uncomfortable. I got to get out of my own way. My dad didn't show me how to do that.
Yeah.
And then boom, that's how it happens. So if you like what we're putting out, like, subscribe, spread the good word. Go out there and make some friends with other dads. Go out and do things where you can sit in person and have this conversation as opposed to always doing it through Twitter, always doing it via Zoom. There are times to sit and connect and have a true connection with another man, and that will make you a better husband, a better father, and ultimately the foundation's all built upon a better man. This is Zac and Anthony with another episode from Oak and Rock Fatherhood. Stay well and get after it.
Boom.
Need a torch.
Good, man.
I was like,
What was that, like probably 7-8 minutes?